Back. If you've been with us for any amount of time, you know two things. One, I make a mean apple pie, and two, we've got a little rivalry going because we do everything the same. This is Terrell from Bake Sale, and she's going to be telling us a lot of the things that I already know.
I know. I try to tell her
pies.
something new, and she goes, "Oh no, I do it this way." I'm like, yes.
No, we do everything the same way, but you guys got to hear these tips because these are the great tips to get you those killer apple pies and apple desserts.
So just so you know, today I said, please let me at least tell that. Let me be the expert. So it's apple season.
Yes.
La la. I love it. The weather's changed. Now, there are different kinds of apples. There are eating apples and there are baking apples.
Well, so let's talk about the colors. You can pick a couple of these up. You've got those green apples. The green, mix those, right?
Right.
With what?
Well, you can go all year long when it's not apple season. You can go straight Granny Smith, but it's really nice to mix a Granny Smith with like a Crispin or a Gala apple or a Rome, something that breaks down a little bit more. Granny Smiths stay nice and firm when you bake them, but those other apples are a little bit sweeter, so they add a little.
Right here, because I got my mom a KitchenAid for Christmas a few years ago, and I'm getting her one of these this year. This is the most amazing invention ever for apple pie making.
But the funny thing is, this has been around since my great. Look at this.
Yeah, and these apple trimmings right here, the dogs love them, by the way.
They do. Leary had it. So today I made an open-faced crostata. It's just pie crust, and you flop it over rather than do a double crusted. This has ginger. This, though, I do want to point out, is a gluten-free caramel apple upside down cake. And it is.
Right, you talk very, very loudly. He's very afraid that I'm holding a knife right now.
Oh.
So do you want to do the honors?
I will.
Because he's
we'll
afraid.
Slice into this.
I can hear you. All right, well, I'm excited to try this.
All right.
Are we cutting into the gluten-free one too?
Sure.
Okay.
I try and make my desserts not too sweet. That way you can put a dollop of ice cream on it.
You're a liar.
I always say the more sugar the better. No, but we're gonna put ice cream. I didn't bring ice cream today.
That's okay.
But
we had donuts earlier, so
right.
I think I'm okay with that.
I know, I saw that.
Oh my gosh, I've got a huge thing of apples and I don't have the crust. Is this all Granny Smith or is this a mix?
That's really a mix. Yeah,
really good.
It's Granny Smith and a little bit of Gala.
Okay,
and here's the caramel apple upside down cake.
Okay, while I'm trying this, a little birdie told me that it's your birthday today.
Yes, it is. I'm as old as the hills.
Oh, please. You look amazing.
Well, we're not going to get into that.
What, 2 or 3 kids?
2.
Ugh, I want to look like her after I have just 1. All right, well, what are you?
Oh, well, thank you.
There's something that you want for your birthday then? There's something I was told that you want?
I ask for this every year for my birthday and Christmas, and I never get it for 20 years. I want a Ms. Pac-Man game. The big one.
Like the big arcade
The big one.
game?
I want the big arcade one.
Like the one that you need a truck to pull into your house.
Yes, that's all I want.
Those only cost about $10,000.
Well, some people want cars. I want that. I've never gotten it, though, so I don't know.
Well, with this desserts, I think you deserve it this year. Oh, my goodness.
Isn't this one good? This one does have quite a bit
of
of sugar in it. It's gluten-free. It's caramel apple upside down cake. So you put the caramel goo down first, then the apples, then you put in the cake in the next couple hours. We're typing away on it right now.
We'll get them on our website too. We'll link back to the segment and to the recipes possibly too. Peace, Love, and Mayo, right?
peaceloveandmayo.com.
I'm talking
so it's almond flour and rice flour combo.
Oh, it's so good.
You can
and they
use
hold
that.
up well.
Yeah, you can use that cup for cup. It's called cup
one
for
one.
cup. Yeah. But we make ours from scratch down at the bakery, the combo.
I'm taking this with me. This is delicious. I love this one. This one's good, but this one's my favorite.
No, I know. Well, that one has a lot more sugar. I will.
Well, there you go. All right, Terrell from Bake Sale, thank you so much for joining us this morning here for these wonderful tips for how to make all your apple desserts. And again, we do everything the same. So
I know.
Our apple pies are equal. All right, coming up, right in Lochte this morning, we're waking up to cloudy skies. Clouds extending all the way out to the mountains this morning. It's going to be cooler today than what we saw out there yesterday. Temperatures only in the 60s and 70s today, but starting tomorrow through Thursday, Friday into the weekend, temperatures will start to warm back up. Right now, visibility is not an issue, but take a look at the cloud cover extending all the way out to Palomar Mountain and Julian this morning. The only places that are in the clear, Mount Laguna and Borrego, as well as Ocotillo Wells. But the clouds are going to be clearing off just a little bit today, partial clearing, and you can also see the computer models picking up a little bit of light rain near the coastline later this morning. But here's why that's probably not going to happen. Temperature and dew point too far apart, is too dry for any of that drizzle to actually form. You can see the spread between San Diego, 14 degrees. It's also much drier out in Kearney Mesa at 15 degrees spread between the temperature and the dew point. So again, no drizzle this morning, just the cloud cover, only partial clearing today. Temperature is cooler in the 60s and 70s around the county. 72 for Kearney Mesa, 73 in National City, 69 in Lemon Grove. We'll also be in the low 70s in Valley Center, Escondido, and Ramona. 74 in Fallbrook, 71 in Vista, 72 in Rancho Bernardo. Up in the mountains, temperatures only in the low 60s this afternoon, which is about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than what we saw yesterday. And it's going to be windy. It's already windy. Right now, wind gusts in the 20 and 30 mile per hour range, even the 40s where you see some of that pink in between the reporting stations. We'll talk more about the winds. A wind advisory remains in effect today, plus the warm up heading into the weekend coming up here in just a bit. We are going to be seeing cooler temperatures today, as much as 15 degrees cooler than yesterday. Windy in the mountains today as well. Wind advisory remains in effect, but we are going to start to warm up tomorrow and through the weekend. Taking a look at our current relative humidities. I'm showing you this because at the coastline, you may have heard people say there's a chance of drizzle this morning. It's not going to happen. Look at these relative humidities in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They've got to be in the 90s for us to see any of that drizzle near the coast. It's not going to happen this morning, but we will have the overcast skies and the gusty winds out over toward the mountains and deserts. Wind gusts right now in the 20 and 30 mile per hour range. The pinks there on your screen indicating where we have wind gusts in the 40 mile per hour range. A wind advisory remains in effect through 9 o'clock tonight for the mountains and deserts for wind gusts as strong as 60 miles per hour. Temperatures will be cooler today in the 60s and 70s. Look at the mountains, only in the low 60s. That's a big drop from yesterday, down 15 degrees in Palomar Mountain, 11 degrees cooler in Mount Laguna. It'll be 10 degrees cooler also in Borrego. For our inland valleys, we'll see cooling of 4 degrees, 2 to 4 degrees for the most part, and certainly more subtle for the coastline. So temperatures are well below where they should be for this time of year. 16 degrees below average in El Cajon, 17 degrees below average in Ramona. But we are going to start warming up as we move into tomorrow and the rest of